Do you know Andrew Tate and what he does?
I've actually only heard of him once, and it's only after the controversy that I heard on the internet. And basically, that from the information that I already got, he basically is just social media personal, and I don't know more about him else other than that actually.
I know him a bit, but I only know that he make like motivational videos for like his what do you say audience. Yeah, that's all I know about him.
What I know from Andrew Tate, actually, I don't know that much, but as what I know is Andrew Tate is someone who is very misogynist and very problematic at a lot of point. Not only about his statement about gender, but also like every statement that he comes out with is very problematic. I don't really like this kind of person actually.
I see, I see.
Okay. I don't follow him much, but I do know that he used or maybe still is a kickboxer turned a media influencer. I think social media influencer.
Where have you seen or heard Andrew Tate?
Social media, for example, TikTok or and Instagram.
Well, I've heard Andrew Tate controversy on social media, especially from Twitter. So only that.
Actually, these days I think he came a lot in my social media like Twitter, Instagram, especially in Twitter.
Since I'm mostly active only on Instagram, I see him in my recommended.
What do you think of the messages preached by Andrew Tate?
I don't agree with all of his messages, but some of his messages I can agree with, even though sometimes his how does this his way of presenting his message could sound a bit harsh.
From what I see from social media, most social media accounts that I see label him as like this misogynistic guy or this really non-feminist guy. So that's all what I'm thinking about him.
I could say that he's kind of misogynist or problematic and also conservative, those kind of person. And I think that he hate women that much until it just doesn't make sense for me actually.
So I think what the message he already preached is very wrong because he's basically stated something that is very misogynist, and as far as I know, misogynist is more like a behavior of a hatred towards women that cannot be explained by any clear reason. So I think it's very wrong, and it can lead more people to think more like him, and it's of course very harmful to the society.
Do you know why Andrew Tate is called a misogynist?
uh, uh, what I knew why he called misogynist is also because he hates he tells a lot of things that say that woman will was has to be like this and put woman in boxes, and also he likes to like objectify women, and he hates women that much. What I see from him, from his statement, always is like that.
To be honest, I actually don't know because again, I only like see it from my social media and I don't really follow the Andrew Tate situation. Yeah.
I think because his view is, well, a more traditional view, right? Compared to the view that is popular nowadays, where women can do anything, maybe sometimes even better than men. And sure, women can do things better than men, some things, but men can also do things better than women. Both have different roles. They excel in different roles. And from at least from the clips that I've seen of him, this is mainly what his message is about. And I don't know, the popular notion nowadays is if you agree with those kind of notions, you're a misogynist. I think it just doesn't make sense actually.
Do you think Andrew Tate is helpful or harmful towards society?
As I mentioned before, he's very harmful because although now there are a lot of people hate him, but he's a social media influencer. So I think there's still people that actually a fan of him and will follow him whatever he do or whatever he thinks. So if he keeps doing kind of this thing, I think there will be more people to think like him, and there will be more misogynistic people out there, and it's very dangerous, especially for me, a woman.
So, do you like or do you hate Andrew Tate?
course, I hate him as a woman.
Okay, thank you very much.
I think it depends on the person again, but like some Andrew Tate messages can be harmful, but like the other messages can be like helpful. So like I think it's a dependent situation.
I think towards the society, especially right now, Andrew Tate is very harmful. Why I can say that way is because he spread those kind of negative statement and negative everything he came everything that comes out from him is very negative. I think so. It's very harmful.
I mean, considering that society, especially the West, is quite literally crumbling, I do think that we need more people like him. Maybe not as harsh as him, but I believe that we need more people with the same kind of ideas as him.
What makes you think Indonesians would like or hate Andrew Tate?
I think, me personally, I think that Indonesian society will either like Andrew Tate that much or hate Andrew Tate that much. Why I can say that way is also because of like what we can see from the society in Indonesia, especially. It can be we can say that there's still a lot of people that is more to have a conservative mind, just like Andrew Tate, and it is cannot be denied. So I think there will always people, so especially society in Indonesia, that very like Andrew Tate that much.
I mean, again, the misogynistic, probably feminists in Indonesia probably would hate him, and also as for liking him, because I think most Indonesians are still like conservative, especially in the social sector. So I think that's why Indonesian, especially males, still like him.
I don't know whether they will like or dislike him as a person, but I do think that Indonesians mostly would, at the very least, agree with his messages. Because, of course, as you know, Indonesians, the people at large, are mostly conservatives. And since he is, I'm sorry to say, but he is also Muslim, so and most of Indonesia is also Muslim. Therefore, I don't know how big of a role it plays, but that is certainly another factor in it as well.
So, does that mean you like or hate Andrew Tate?
To be honest, I don't really know, because again, I don't really follow Andrew Tate and his supporter and stuff, and also his antics. So yeah.
Of course, I hate him as a woman.
I hate it.
I don't hate him, since of course I agree with some of his messages, but yeah, I can't say that I like him either, because as I did mention, the way he preach his message can sometimes be a bit too harsh, but considering the people that are against him, I think it's a necessary measure, a necessary evil, so to speak.
Thank you very much for sharing your opinion.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.